What is going on, people? Leah here from Creative Tech Lab, and we are back today with another video relating to the Sony RX100. Specifically, how to make your audio from the onboard microphones sound better in your editing software. Now, the Sony RX100, you guys know from watching some of my other videos that I really love this camera. However, one of the biggest gripes about the camera from most enthusiasts were if Sony was targeting the vlogging market with this camera, the exclusion of a microphone input was a huge miss. I could get where Sony was kind of going with this. I think they were also targeting not just vloggers, but also people just looking for a good travel camera, something that was portable and not necessarily wanting to have to log around an external mic or set up an external mic to the camera. However, with it not being there, obviously using external audio could be beneficial, but it doesn't mean that the audio that's coming off of the microphone is completely useless. You could definitely use it if you don't have an external microphone. I think one of the things that most people miss though as videographers, in the same way that they wouldn't put out an image without color grading it first, the same principle should apply to your audio. A little bit of EQ, a little bit of compression will go a long way. So that's exactly what we're going to do right now. And we're going to jump into the software and show you how you could spruce up your audio just to give it a slight little boost. So we are in Final Cut Pro, and I have a clip here pulled up from one of my last projects, which actually was about the RX100 memory recall. Check that out if you need to set your memory settings for any settings. Actually one of the most useful things that I found. Anyway, so we're in Final Cut Pro here. I have a clip selected. What you want to do is already on your audio panel, but if you weren't here, you'd click here to get your audio, and then you want to come over here to your effects, and we're going to search for EQs to start. So make sure that you're on all audio and video right here, and you're going to search for EQ. Now you're going to get a couple of different ones. You have a channel EQ, you have some Final Cut stuff here, and then you have Logic. So Logic is Apple's Pro Digital Audio Workstation, which is for audio production and audio editing and stuff like that. These plugins from Logic though come with Final Cut Pro, whether or not you have the bundle or not. So I like the Logic EQ, Fat EQ, because it gives me a little bit more flexibility in terms of how we're going to do this. So drag that onto your clip and you'll get the Fat EQ here. You're going to want to click here to get your settings. And then this is where we're going to tweak some settings. So the first thing I'm going to do here is just knock out some of the background noise. I'm going to hit my Q all the way up. I'm going to drag that up to about, let's say 80 hertz. So I'm just rolling off everything, all those low frequencies, any hums and stuff. Like I shoot in my living room. My kitchen is right there, the fridge, all that stuff. I'm going to roll some of that stuff off. The next thing I'm going to come is to this next channel here, and I'm going to shoot the Q all the way up again. And I'm going to do what's called audio sweep. So I'm kind of listening to hear where there's a certain tone in my voice to kind of hear it ring. Because what you want to do, most microphones, especially microphones like this, are missing some form of bass boost. You're going to want to boost the bass, but you don't want to just do it anywhere. You kind of want to hit it where your voice needs it most. So I'm going to play the audio here and then just sweep to here around somewhere between 100 and 300 hertz just to hear where my voice kind of rings out. Alright, so right around, I'd say 170 hertz is where I kind of ended up on. I'm just going to pull this down. I don't want it to be all the way to the max. I'm going to put that down to about 12, and then I'm going to bring the Q down to about 6, just to give me a nice little range there. And that already has the audio sounding a certain way. Okay, now the next thing you want to do is somewhere around between 500 and 1000 hertz. There's usually a nasal type sound to your voice. So you want to do the same thing. You want to sweep to here for that as well. Hit all the way up and play the audio again. Drop back on my clip here and just play and just listen for a certain sound. And you hear that nasty type tone in your audio as well. And we're going to pull that one out. So for me, that's around 580 hertz. And I'm just going to go ahead and just pull that all the way out. There is another one of those somewhere in between 1K and 2K, but instead of going ahead and complicating stuff, we're just going to roll everything off there, and the audio already should be sounding a little bit better. And then the last thing we want to do, we want to boost up somewhere between 5K and 7K because that's going to give a little bit more detail. All right, so yeah, I'm going to boost up just a little bit here. Go ahead, get my cue nice and fine. I'm going to do the same thing and go ahead and sweep there. Let's play the audio again. All right, and right there in between around 66 hertz, I get a nice little boost there as well. All right, so the last thing that we're going to do just to spruce up the audio a little bit more is we're going to add a little bit of compression. What compression is going to do is just kind of smooth out your audio and bring up the low parts and then bring down the high parts of the audio just to give it a little bit smoother sound. This is why most radio, if you ever listen to somebody's voice on the radio or even music on the radio, it sounds really good. So we just dropped the compressor on there. Going to hit the button to grab the compression settings, and the compression settings are actually pretty good. It sounds pretty good just out the gate. However, one of the things that I'm going to change, we're going to leave the ratio at 2:1. That's pretty good for your voice. I don't think we need much makeup gain, and the attack, you want it to be pretty fast so you're not hearing too much stuff there. One of the things that I want to do though, just listening to the audio real quick, hold on. I don't want to bring up, so it's definitely going to bring up your noise floor based on your threshold setting. So I want to set mine to about 6. I think that's where it sounds good there. So that gives me another good thing. And again, I know you can't hear that, but now we're going to play it back with all the settings of the effects. I'm going to show you one with the effects and one without the effects so you can hear the difference. Now this is a small little setting that goes a really long way. So once it is that I got the camera and I finally stopped shooting in auto and started shooting in manual, making sure my shutter speed was right, and always 180 degrees and picture profiles and all that stuff, it became really frustrating when I was on the run, when I wanted to go from, say, shooting something in live action in 24p or taking a picture and changing my exposure setting. All right, so we're going to want to do just 2 more things in the screen just to show you real quick. So if you have a clip like this and you're satisfied with the way it sounds and you have multiple clips in your timeline, you're gonna want to paste the audio settings that you just did onto everything else in the timeline. So we're gonna just Command C to copy, and then we are going to, let me just get out on my timeline there. I'll select this one and then the last one, and then you're gonna Shift Command V to special paste, and that will give you your audio inputs. If you had other video attributes as well that you did do, you could post that onto and just get it on the clip, but we're only concerned about the audio attributes, so we'll go ahead and we'll paste that across the entire clips there. And then the last thing I want to do is I want to come up just here. Let me just select the clip that we had before that we were using. I want to come up to File, and I want to go Save Audio Effects Preset, and that way I'll have my EQ. You see my fat EQ and all the effects that I had there, and we could just save this as CTL Talking Head Effects. And then that way we could just drop our, next time that we do record something with a very similar setting, we could just drop it right onto the timeline. We don't have to tweak any, we don't have to set anything up like we did before. And then we could just tweak it if necessary. All right, so yeah, it is that easy to make your audio sound a little bit better with the onboard microphones from the Sony RX100. It's not the perfect solution, but even with the audio that's coming off here, this is not the audio off the microphone, it's the audio from an external microphone, my Rode NT2A. This audio has also been processed as well, just to give the similar type boost that I just showed you guys in screen. So always process your audio, especially once you do it one time, you save your presets, you can always drop it on and tweak it as you need to. If you do a lot of different situations, you can always do another preset for outdoors, so on and so forth. But yeah, just a quick tutorial and something I found in terms of using the audio, especially if you just want to get started and not have to worry about syncing audio, just do this instead. Anyway, that was another quick tutorial around the RX100. Check out the other videos relating to the RX100. There's a couple other videos that I've done so far relating to the camera, specifically around the 6 And then also check out our website, creativetechlab.com, which goes into everything creative, anything from audio production, audio engineering, video creation, some photography, so on and so forth as we continue to build the platform out. So thank you for watching. Hit the notifications button, hit the subscribe button. You will not be disappointed, and I will catch you in the next one.